Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done one of these walkthrough videos, but I've had two big winners over the last week that I wanted to talk about. This one, the ticker symbol is ARDX. I'm no longer in this trade. I might again at some point in the future, but currently I'm not. This stock came across my radar through the Inveszo app. Inveszo hired me to make some ads for them on TikTok. Inveszo tracks what's trending on social media, stocks and crypto, through StockTwits, Reddit, and Twitter. And it'll show you all the trending stocks, all the stocks that have huge volume. So obviously, this would have been a great stock to have purchased, at 82 cents and sold at 205, but that's not what happened to me. What happened to me was that I saw the stock pop up on the Inveszo app as a stock that was having unusually high volume to the upside. Now, you have a couple options here. Option one is to chase and try to capitalize on that momentum and buy it as the stock is moving higher. Lately, this is something that I used to do when I first started trading in 2011 and 12 and 13. Would be hopping in on these stocks that were experiencing high momentum. Lately, though, because the markets have gotten so volatile and a lot of these penny stocks are just rocketing and then dumping, I thought best to just sit back and wait and see what happens with this one. So I missed this rally. Actually, it wasn't even brought to my attention until probably around here. And I thought, okay, I'm going to write it down on my little piece of paper, and I'm going to refer to it. I'll check back over the course of the week. I ended up buying it on the 8th, which was here. This day right here is the 8th. So what we have here is a stock that has a huge rally, dumps, a even huger rally, dumps, and then kind of does this like, this isn't, I wouldn't even say this is consolidation right here. I need to see a little bit more trading sideways, before I can make a decision. Like, this looks to me like a dead cat bounce. Maybe not, but kind of. I want to see more consolidation before I decide to get back in and trade this stock. So what I did was on the 8th, which was right here, I picked up a position at I have it written down, 145, with the hopes that it would start to move back up. When a stock consolidates, it tells me, and the Bollinger Bands narrow, which is the red, the green, and the purple lines. When they narrow, it tells me that we're closer to a breakout. Now, that breakout can be to the upside or the downside. We don't know, especially here when it's trading so, it's all over the map. It's below the 20-day moving average. It's above a little bit. Kind of a crapshoot here. But as they start to narrow even more, it increases the likelihood of a breakout, upside or downside. If this thing had broken this support line and pushed lower, I most likely would have sold and taken a loss. But in my opinion, it was sort of like a wait and see. I'm just gonna start a position here and we'll see what happens. The very next day, it pops. It got up to, let's see, I sold it at almost 160. I sold it at 157, which would be around here. I exited the position right here, making 7.66% in a day. So basically, the reason behind this was it was extremely overbought. You can see it right here on the relative strength. It sells off. It consolidates. It never gets oversold, but the MACD, which is the blue line, crosses over the signal line, which is, I guess, like this orangish color, which is a buying signal as well. So I took the 2 out of 3, right? We didn't have relative strength index being oversold, but we did have consolidation, and we did have a MACD crossover. That's good. Oh, and I guess we had the Bollinger Bands narrowing, but that's more of a 50-50 thing. You can see that the volume had pretty much slowed down over these last few days after this big sell-off, but it ticks up again here, and I noticed that the volume wasn't really as strong. If you look over here, you can see how strong this volume was. Compare it to this, that's also part of the reason I decided to exit. So the very next day, I'm up almost 8%, number one. Number two, we do get overbought a little bit. And number three, the volume just wasn't strong enough to make me want to consider holding for a little bit longer. you have the option of like, well, I'll hold a little longer and I'll make a little bit more. But when the volume is so low like this, I just decided, hey, I'm going to take my almost 8% and get the hell out. Now, what we'll do, or what I will continue to do over the next couple of days, well, it's Friday right now, is keep an eye on the stock. What I want to see is it going to hold support on this 61.8% Fibonacci retracement? Forget all that. Just let's call this a support line. Is it going to hold support here? Or is the volume going to slow down? We're already seeing that we're in a little bit of a downtrend on the relative strength index as the stock is beginning to sell off potentially. The volume is like nil, like it almost doesn't even exist at this point. So maybe we break the support line, and maybe this is where we hover. At a certain point, though, we'll make a decision as to whether or not I want to get back into this trade. One of the things that I'll factor in is the Bollinger. And thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. If you did, hit that like, subscribe, and follow, and have a good day.